They should support us. Kevin De Bruyne does not understand Manchester City fans in Premier League win over West Ham. Kevin De Bruyne helped Manchester City to their first back-to-back victories since the end of October. An emphatic 4-1 win over West Ham, in which Erling Haaland grabbed a brace, saw City move within 11 points of Premier League leaders Liverpool. But the Belgian playmaker was left bemused by the Etihad crowd's reaction when Niklas Füllkrug pulled one back for the visitors with 20 minutes to play. Kevin De Bruyne said he did not understand why the Manchester City crowd were muted during their 4-1 win over West Ham. An own goal from Vladimir Koufal, a brace from Erling Haaland and Phil Foden's second league goal of the season helped the hosts to back-to-back wins. The last time the Premier League champions managed 2 wins in a row was at the end of October, and the home crowd seemingly expressed their anxiety when Niklas Füllkrug pulled a goal back for Julen Lopeteguy's side in the 71st minute. De Bruyne was bemused by the response from some inside the Etihad, insisting that the players were showing clear endeavour for the entire match. "I don't know why the crowd were nervous," De Bruyne told Sky Sports. "I can understand that we are not up to the level, but they should support us because the effort is there and we are still winning 4-1. I don't understand what is happening. The team gave maximum effort. The level has to be higher, but we understand that." The emphatic victory was the first time City had scored more than 3 goals in a Premier League fixture since beating Ipswich Town by the same scoreline in August. And while De Bruyne did not claim that City were back to their best, the former Wolfsburg midfielder said he saw an improvement against West Ham compared to recent performances. "It is a little step," said De Bruyne. "We understand a bit more what we have done in the last 10 years and how hard it is. At the moment we are a bit below that. We are working really hard and the team is coming back fitness-wise. There were moments we played well, other moments less. It's a bit of an improvement, but we understand it still has to be better. You don't put yourself down too much. We have not been at this level this year. Everybody said, City are winning all the time, it must be easy. It is not. We know it has been a tough season, but I think today was an improvement from the last game. Physically we are starting to get better, so with playing games and winning we hopefully get some confidence and it will get better," De Bruyne added to BBC Match of the Day. De Bruyne is entering the last 6 months of his contract at the club he joined over 9 years ago. But despite the uncertainty surrounding the playmaker's future, the Belgian insisted he was focused on delivering for City in the present. "I don't care," answered De Bruyne when asked about the speculation over his future. "I'm just trying to get back to my level. I feel every week I'm getting better. I can run for 90 minutes now. It has been an uncomfortable couple of months with the injury. Guardiola, we struggle but it is a release." City head coach Pep Guardiola agreed with De Bruyne's assessment on City's progression back to the heights they have reached in past seasons. The 53-year-old called his side's display not at our standards in spite of the healthy-looking scoreline. "We won a game," Guardiola told Sky Sports. "Still we are not at our best, but winning will help us. We had good moments, but I've been here 8 years and we have seen the team playing and it is not at our standards. Still we have to find our tempo and the way we want to play." Guardiola added to BBC Match of the Day, "It is happier to win, but we are still not like we were for different reasons. The result will help. We struggle but it is a release." Ange Postecoglou unhappy with handball decision in Tottenham Hotspur's Premier League loss to Newcastle United. Ange Postecoglou was left with little to say in the wake of Tottenham's 2-1 loss to Newcastle, after watching a controversial handball decision go against his team that led to Spurs conceding an early goal. Karen Carney was in agreement with the Spurs manager, with the decision already providing a big talking point and splitting the experts, while Eddie Howe admitted to not knowing the ruling. An injury-ridden Tottenham side provided a stern test for Newcastle on Saturday, but ultimately Spurs were not able to sneak a draw as they lost 2-1 at home to the Magpies. But the big talking point of the match was a decision to allow an accidental handball to be waved on, which proved influential in Newcastle's opening goal. The ball hit the hand of Brazilian midfielder Joelinton, but play was allowed to continue, with Newcastle scoring moments later courtesy of Anthony Gordon. The handball was looked at by VAR, and the goal was allowed to stand, something that frustrated Ange Postecoglou. "The last thing I want is an explanation," the Spurs manager said on TNT Sports and Discovery Plus when asked if he had spoken to the officials. "I'm hugely proud of the players, outstanding considering the situation we are in. We deserve to win the game. All things being equal, we would have." He elaborated when he was asked about the moment in the press conference, on a day when Spurs had plenty of chances to grab a late equalizer despite missing many of their first-choice players. "I know what everyone wants me to say," Postecoglou said. "But all I will say is that on any other day on a fair and even playing ground, we would have won that game, simple as that. Don't keep asking me about the decision. I know what my opinion is. As I said, if that was a different day and it was an even and fair playing ground, we would have won that game." While Ally McCoist on commentary was pleased the goal was allowed to stand, Karen Carney was not quite so sure. "I have to say I think that was a handball," she said. "I know there's the letter of the law, I know it's unintentional, but that still gave an advantage to Newcastle there. I think that was a handball." The Premier League Match Centre confirmed on X that as Joelinton's arm was by his side, in a natural position and the contact was accidental, meaning the goal was allowed to stand. As for Postecoglou's counterpart, Eddie Howe admitted that he might need to brush up on the laws of the game. "I think there's no denying that the ball hit Joe's arm," Howe said afterwards. "But I'm not sure on the rules, so someone can tell me exactly what happened." Newcastle sit fifth in the Premier League table, having extended their winning streak to 6 matches in the competition, while Tottenham are 12th and without a win in 4 matches. Postecoglou says he is angriest he has ever been after handball decision. Postecoglou admitted he was the angriest he has been during his career after the controversial handball decision went against his side. The Australian believes his side would have won the game had the laws of the sport been applied, in his opinion, properly. "I think it's clear, the handball," Postecoglou told the BBC in a post-match interview. "I'm just really angry. Angriest I think I have ever been in my career. On the balance of play, any balance you want with all things being equal, we would have won today. Outstanding. I couldn't be prouder of the players. I couldn't ask any more. It's a game we would have won if all things were equal. If all things were equal and balanced, we would have won today. Things weren't equal and balanced,